2.4 talks about bias in surveys. So surveys are only accurate when two things happen. So number one, the sample is representative of the population. So we talked about sampling and sampling techniques. And number two, the measurements are objective. So this is really what we're focusing right here when we're talking about bias in surveys. A lot of times people don't even mean to make a bias in a survey, but the measurement does not actually measure what the purpose of the questionnaire or the survey is. So what is a bias? So a bias or a statistical bias is any factor that favors a certain outcome, okay, or a certain response. So in turn, what it does is it skews the results. Most bias is unintentional, but some people do bias surveys in order to get the results that they're actually looking for. Okay, and so we're going to start, these are the different types of bias. So let's start with sampling bias. So this actually ties in number one and number two here. It's when basically you have a bad sample. This occurs when the sample doesn't actually reflect the characteristics of the population. It's not representative of the population. And a sampling bias is the result of either problems with the sampling technique or with the data collection. So it could be either one. So let's do an example. So let's identify the bias in each of these surveys, and then we'll suggest how it can be avoided. That's actually the harder part of the question. So a survey asks the choir and band where they want the extracurricular funding money to go. Okay, so first, the bias is not representative of like the student body. Not rep of the student body, okay? It's only people in the choir or band. Okay, now, how can this be avoided? So we can ask people from all grades, as people from all grades, or maybe all extracurricular activities. Okay, so whether it be like the basketball team, the football team, well, if you think about it, the choir and the band may want new instruments or may want to enter a new competition, whereas the basketball team might want new jerseys, or the dance team might want new floor mats, just for an example. Okay, now, we're going to have different answers for these, and as long as yours makes sense, then it's going to be correct. Okay, B, an aid agency has a list of people from a developing country who own a computer, and they want to call and survey people at random from a phone directory. So the phone directory, that's pretty fair. If you ask me, it has maybe everybody in the community. However, if they don't have a computer, they may not have a phone, that type of idea. So not everyone has a phone. Therefore, there are many people that could potentially not be chosen, right, to do the survey. And how can we correct it? Okay, so they have a list of people who own a computer. They want to call and survey people at random from a phone directory. Maybe they can mail something. Let's do with return postage, because then if they're not wealthy enough to purchase postage, then they can still send it back with return postage. Or we can do like kind of like a door-to-door survey. Okay, those would probably be better than just calling people. Okay. Now, non-response bias. When I think of this, I think of these two words. Non, so no, response. These are people that don't respond. So for example, you receive a questionnaire and you crumple it up and throw it in the garbage. Okay, so that's like non-response. So as an example, a world issues class surveys every fifth person entering the cafeteria about an issue in Asia. Less than half agreed to complete the questionnaire. Okay, So this is huge. Less than half agree to complete the questionnaire. So people are not completing it. Okay, and the survey shows that students are informed about international affairs. Here's the issue. Maybe the half that does not complete has no idea what they're talking about. Like that current issue in Asia does not know about the issue. So maybe the people that are responding are only the people that actually are informed the issue. Okay? That could be like the bias in there.